In this video, we want to prove that every linearly independent set in Rn has the most n vectors. So let's consider a set S, v1, v2, all the way up to vm, to be linearly independent set of vectors in Rn. But we're going to assume that m is greater than n. And we want to arrive at a contradiction. So we want to prove that m is less than or equal to n. But we're going to do that by assuming the opposite is true. So let's assume m is greater than n. So that means we can put this in a matrix. So the matrix is going to be n by m. So there's n rows, m columns. So that means there's more columns than rows, which by the rank theorem, the rank of the matrix is going to be less than or equal to the number of rows, which is less than the number of columns. So because A has only n rows, it can have at most n pivots, but it has m columns, and we assume that m is greater than n. So therefore, the number of columns greater than the number of pivots. So this means that some columns must be free variables, since there's more columns than rows. So the equation, looking at this equation right here, is going to be equal to 0, has a free variable. So a free variable means that there's a solution other than x equals 0, or in this case, a constant will be 0. So not all constants, or scalars in this case, are going to be 0, since some columns must be free variables. And so this contradicts the assumption that our vectors v1 and v2 all the way up to vm is linearly dependent. Hence, our assumption that m is greater than n is false, and therefore we say m is less than or equal to n, which means that every linearly independent set in Rn contains at most n vectors. And so the key idea here is we assume independence. So we assume the S, or the set of vectors, is independent. Then we show that having too many vectors forces dependence, which contradicts the assumption. So that means, so the conclusion is that an independent set cannot have more than n vectors. And that completes the proof.